In South Dakota, we're having babies. We're the #1 state in the country for highest fertility rate because our people have hope and want to raise a family here. What she's forgotten to mention is that we're the second worst in infant mortality and in the top 10 for teen pregnancy. We also have no pre-K education and turn down money to feed kids in need. We may birth them, but we sure don't take care of them. So, a weird and sad flex. Yeah, that is weird and sad. You know what? This has nothing to do with the issues they're talking about at hand. This is completely out of nowhere, but I was just thinking this. If they merged into one state, they'd have a much cooler name, okay? If we didn't have North Dakota, South Dakota, and we just had the state of Dakota, that would sound so much cooler, right? Right? Does that not sound a little... I don't know. I thought it would sound cooler. The millions of dollars wasted on researching the lie of evolution could be used to benefit the human population in so many ways. Sad. Oh God, Ken Ham. I haven't seen that dude since I was in high school. Coming from the guy who spent $102 million on a theme park of a made-up boat. Wait, is the Ark Experience still like a thing, or did that one go out of business? The Ark Encounter closed. Is it like closed forever? Did that one go bankrupt? I haven't seen or heard of Ken Ham since he did that quote-unquote debate with Bill Nye. Every college socialist should be encouraged to live under a Marxist regime for 6 months. Every capitalist should try living under $7.25 an hour minimum wage in the USA for 6 months. Yeah, Charlie, come on, let's take away all your savings and everything you've made up to this point, and we'll give you $7.25 an hour. Now that's 40 hours a week. You do get overtime, mind you, so hide your pets from Kamala. This clown literally ran over his own pet. Yeah, cat turd, wow. Wow. Can you imagine attempting to take yourself seriously, or attempting to get anyone else to take you seriously for that matter, when your handle online is cat turd, all right? I've had a few stupid and lame online handles, you know, with my last channel being called Zycron. What the hell does that even mean? But at least I wasn't cat turd. All right, this dude has to ask for sponsorships with that damn name. The only marriages God will ever recognize is between a man and a woman. Apparently you didn't recognize its value considering you cheated on your wife. Ooh, Pastor John Hagigi. Ooh, I think you're dead now, dude. Also, come on, dude. Either God has infinite mercy and love for everyone, or God doesn't. Which one is it? George Clooney claps back at Donald Trump over claim he's a fake movie actor who should get out of politics and go back to TV. I will if he does. Oh, man. I do think it's funny. You know, that's the best way to get Don to just shit his pants and get super, super mad, is if you make fun of his career in entertainment that he had. What was the name of that show? I seriously can't remember the name of that show he had on the air for quite some time. The Apprentice? Is that what it was? Weird. Was that his only one? Did he have like some failed ones, like maybe some of his companies or something? When the Daily Wire called Patton Oswalt a supposed comedian, Oswalt responded with, "Guys, if you're gonna write an article about me being a failed comedian, maybe don't use a picture of me holding up the Emmy I won for doing comedy." Yeah, I've never understood the Patton Oswalt hate. I don't know. He seems like a pretty fun damn guy. All right, did he do something evil? Does he eat children on the side for fun? Have I not looked into this enough? See something capitalist happening capitalistically in a capitalist country. This is communism. The Hunger Games is actually a story about defeating communism. The director of Squid Game says it's about capitalism, but it's really more like communism. I love that. The director of this says it's about this, but we know better than that dude, right? We know better than that. We're smarter and know more about the project than the person who directed the project. Why do you never see an American flag on a house with a Biden sign in the front yard? Why do we see Confederate flags on houses with a Trump sign in the front yard? Kamala Harris has already started the debate by incorporating slang into her speech. I want young families to be able to buy a crib. Wow. Crazy Aiden Ross fans don't know what a crib is, considering they were all sleeping in cribs just a couple of years ago. Was that a real tweet? Was that I don't care if it was a joke. That was the dumbest shit I've ever heard, man. Really? Crib? You forgot what a crib literally is? Child left behind. What a great image. Why does Democrat have the word demon in it. Oh yes, readers added context. It does not, actually. Democrat. Where's the word demon? Ma'am, when we want your opinion, we'll ask your husband or father for it. You say that. Yet I know the difference between a question and an opinion, chud. What's a woman? Oh, there's that. Someone who covers their drink when you walk by. Oh man, it's true to a sad extent. This is Dubai, 0% income tax, 4th safest city in the world, 1-year remote working visa. Missing the most important tip, be okay with 70% of the population being servants and de facto slaves. Not a place I ever see myself visiting. The Dems want to take your kids. Dude, your kid doesn't even talk to you. I wonder why. What a crazy mystery. Did Kamala get the questions beforehand? She must have. How could she have known she would be asked about abortion, current events, guns, and immigration at a presidential debate? Kevin, you have got to go back to being a failed actor, okay? You have got to get back there, all right? Go back to your D movies, please. This is getting ridiculous. Disappointed, Kevin. Disappointed. Well, man, I never get tired of making fun of Kevin Sorbo. Let me tell you, man. I'm gonna ask you some questions. For every one you get right, Ulta Beauty will donate $1,000 to breast cancer research. Can't you just donate it no matter what? Was that really the parameters of that game? And okay, I would have to imagine, like I know Ellen had to leave because everyone figured out she was a dick, but I feel like even she couldn't be that mean, right? We're gonna dangle breast cancer research donations in front of the audience and then not pay up if you don't get a question right? That would be weird. That would be weird. Fine, Taylor. You win. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life. Sir, you have reached unseen levels of divorced. No one has ever been more divorced than you in this moment. He has said a lot of stupid, creepy, weird stuff in his time, but wow. That one was very, very far and away the most cringeworthy goddamn thing I think I've ever seen him say. And a couple weeks later, he sort of tweeted something that might make the FBI a little bit interested in him, you know, almost a threat. But this one, holy crap. I can't imagine having a practically infinite stage, a soapbox so big you can talk to the world. And that's what you say? Oh, man. Okay. Propaganda isn't just about creating fake news. It's also about hiding real news. Elon accidentally explaining the X algorithms? The hell's X? Why are so many people raging for the machine? It's funny, because Elon was the kid on the cover of Evil Empire. Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire. Wait, what? What? Hang on. Sorry, that made me do a little bit of Googling there for a second. Yeah, I love that. Why are so many people for raging? Why are they raging for the machine? Analysis. There are 7 million unemployed and 6.2 million job openings. What's the problem? Requirements. Master's degree, 5+ years of experience, 3 certifications, $10.75 an hour, with no benefits. I mean, yeah. Oh, and rent is, well, basically the equivalent of $26 an hour if you want to pay that, and you want to live, you know, in any dignified way off the streets, for sure. But there are 6.2 million job openings. They're not really jobs. Sorry, $10.75 an hour ain't a goddamn job anymore. It's really not. We gotta stop calling them that, man. There is a cutoff. There is a cut-off point. Okay, when I first moved to Colorado, I made $8 an hour. I worked 50 hours a week. If I had been living on my own, I would not have been able to afford rent. Literally one single month. I am so glad I was able to move in with people when I first came here. ABC is a disgrace. My phone is lighting up with non-stop messages about how extremely biased ABC is during this debate. Kamala Harris is VP right now. People can't afford anything right now. The border is out of control right now. But ABC is in attack mode against Trump. They're not biased. They're fact-checking him, Marjorie. Something you know nothing about. There's not a whole lot going on up in that head. How long until someone runs on the platform of food stamps for all? If healthcare is a right, is food as well? Yes. Current world food production makes enough to feed 10 billion people, about 2.5 billion more than currently alive. Starvation exists because it's not profitable to solve. I love that. I love that. Is food a right as well? Yeah, food is a right. Being able to eat is a right. Being able to drink water is a right. Being able to live is a right. We should be supporting that. We should be supporting each other in that. Holy crap, what kind of question? Huh? Progressive males are not men. They move and gesticulate like women. The hand-over-the-mouth gesture is one example. Physically repulsive. Conservatives get offended by the weirdest shit. Imagine masculinity so fragile that you can't even touch your own face. Dude, they've come full circle. They think that being straight is gay now, all right? I have engaged legal counsel. We are preparing to take action. More to come. I am a free speech absolutist. Here's a clip from your podcast. I'm gonna sue you! I don't know what this is about, but it's always funny seeing that dude. If she wants to win, Harris needs to train her face not to respond. It feeds into a female stereotype and, more importantly, risks offending undecided voters. Can I just point out, she needs to train her face. Yeah, he wouldn't point this out about a guy. I've got that sneaky suspicion. Homosexuality is an abomination to God Almighty. Never misses a gay event. Come on, dude. We must bring back the gentlemen-only clubs of the 1960s, where men can sit together and set the world to rights? These things still exist. In London, there are over 50 gentlemen's clubs. That's over that number across the United States. But return to the past trad accounts don't know about them because they're not part of the socioeconomic class that is allowed into these clubs. I really like my new shirt. No vaccine needed. I have an immune system. Why are you wearing glasses when you have eyes? Customer just handed me a folded up 50 as a tip. I hate this place and I hate everyone and I hate myself. Save them and put them in the church's collection plate. God will provide after all. He stole it. And how did he steal it, sweetie? How did a 14-year-old steal a firearm? Was it maybe because it was improperly stored? Did it have a trigger lock? Was the ammunition kept separate? How did he steal it from a responsible gun owner? But y'all hate these questions, huh? All right, let's see here. Imagine being excited to send your girl off to be a at a festival? Again, I feel like guys who have no interest in clothes don't understand that women commonly dress up for other women. If you see a woman dressing in a very revealing way, they're probably doing it for their female friends. Sure, whatever you say, gay cuck. Put it another way. Do you put together 30-minute YouTube videos that get less than 100 views because you think it's attractive to women? Or do you do it for yourself and your fellow incel peers? All right, let's see here. Oh, those thumbnails. I'm bad at thumbnails over on my channel, which is just my first and last name. But, whoo! Oh, man. A mage with no magicka and a knight with no lord. I slay women and lay with beasts. Wonder how many views these have now, though. I'm genuinely curious. Yeah, this dude definitely lives in some kind of a bubble if he assumes that women only exist for men, and that includes how they dress. They're not here for us. That's not how that works. Women were not spawned into being specifically for us or our eyes or anything like that, you freaking loser. Remember that period in American history when people were crushed by the government and marched off to camps? Neither do I. That's because we have the Second Amendment. Oh, yeah, sure. Japanese concentration camps, the Trail of Tears, slavery and slave catchers, private prisons. You literally forgot all of American history. What you meant to say is you don't remember when white people were put in camps. So check your racism. I'm looking for parents anywhere in Ohio who have kids in public schools to be eyes and ears on the ground. Your identity will remain anonymous and protected. Please DM me if you fit this criteria. Hello, I'm an unhinged stranger who's neither a parent nor an educator, and I'd like to groom your children to be my culture war soldiers. If you vote illegally, you're going to jail. If you vote legally, he's going to jail. I have a buddy in France, and they just had an election there. Polls closed a few hours ago and they already know who the winners are. Must be nice to live in a first world country. So you're in favor of ditching the Electoral College and going with a similar system in which winners are determined by popular vote alone? Yeah? I feel like I've had quite a few people explain the Electoral College to me over the years. I mean, I know you learn about it in school and everything, but just makes less and less sense to me every year. All votes are to be counted on November 5th from, well, here to here. I just hate reading that out. From 0000, anyway, you know what I mean. Anything after is illegitimate. Who's with me? Which time zone, dumbass? What about the military? Americans living overseas? And finally, that time frame is under 1 second. It should be or whatever to 23:59. Your math sucks just as much as your acting. A key that can open any lock is a good key. A lock that is opened by any key is a bad lock. There's a difference. A toaster can toast bread. Toast that has been in a lot of toasters is burnt and undesirable. Go check your use of metaphors. If they are applied to humans, they are very, very shitty. Guy in the middle is the youngest. Wild. The guy in the middle can still hug his kids, though. Also, the guy in the middle's a normal dude. What's the net worth of the guys on either side of him? Because having almost no regular people stress and tens to hundreds of millions of dollars, whew, you would be surprised by what just having that in the bank account will do for you. Seriously, I'm not kidding. You'd be surprised, dude. My buddy just went to Home Depot to get a guy for unskilled day labor, and the guy wanted $32 an hour. If it's unskilled labor, why didn't your buddy just do it himself? I think this guy did say, like right afterwards, he just did it himself. Alright, I feel like the whole scenario was bullshit. I feel like he went to Home Depot to get the stuff he was going to use to do the job anyway, and you probably injected this in there to try and prove some kind of point. Unskilled labor doesn't exist. Lake Superior hasn't wrecked anyone like this since Edmund Fitzgerald. The hell are you? This lake is... I never knew how to say this word. Vehemently stands with women having the right to choose. Water is wet and abortion kills a human being. Thomas, not even your first talking point is correct. Water is not wet. What water touches is wet. I'm confident I have a lot more experience in making things wet than you do. I wonder how atheists moan during sex. They'd be like, oh, evolution. Atheists are the only one allowed to yell, oh God, during sex, because religious people shouldn't use the Lord's name in vain. Ooh, hey, well, there you go. I never thought about it that way before. If the shots were given away for free because they're life-saving, why isn't insulin free? Chemotherapy? EpiPens? Agreed! Socialized medicine for everyone! I need to know. I genuinely need to know. What is wrong with letting people live for free? Well, what is it? Because I know the big question that always comes up is, who's going to pay for it? I will. I'll help pay for it. Why is insulin expensive? Why is chemotherapy expensive? Why are EpiPens expensive? And I know that, like, it's predominantly, like, expensive over here in the US, but I don't understand. And no, I was not implying that, yeah, I have $18 trillion, I'll pay for everyone all the time forever. No, you know, like, don't worry about that. It's that we're supposed to be taking care of each other. That's what taxes were kind of supposed to be for, you know? We all contribute a bit of ourselves to help, not just others, but it also helps us too. I mean, that's the whole idea here. So I don't understand why people are always like, should we make chemotherapy free? Should your grandmother having to deal with chemotherapy not have to pay for it? Yeah! Yeah! Are you kidding me? What is this, dude? Guess what? No one is gonna change the climate. It's nature. Get over it. Ever get really sick? Don't go to the doctor. Just die. It's the nature. Get over it. Your Netflix binge watching makes climate change worse, says experts. The emissions generated by watching 30 minutes of Netflix is the same as driving almost 4 miles. Cool to guilt trip ordinary people for every tiny thing that might spark joy, while oil execs dip their hands in big barrels of dinosaur juice to lube up every time they have a wank. Oh God, why'd you have to say that? I'm seeing it in my head. No, stop! Oh no. You named your child whatever the hell that is, and you want to call pronouns an aesthetic nightmare? I absolutely support trans, but all these pronouns are an aesthetic nightmare. I absolutely support trans. I don't know how old this tweet is, but doesn't your own daughter not want to talk to you because that's what you just said is bullshit? How do you know Trump committed adultery? Well, I lived in New York City in the early 90s and watched him show off his mistress to paparazzi every night because he wanted to humiliate the mother of his children, my blindly obedient friend. Who else thinks the downfall of America started with Barack Obama? Oh, I know this one. Racists. It's racists, isn't it? All right, let's see here. Breaking. I have gotten a hold of the full Kamala Harris CNN interview. The woman pictured here is Katie Upton, who went viral years ago for a comically bad answer about education in America. Upton is also a hardcore MAGA supporter and promotes anti-vaxxer conspiracies. J.D. Vance is mocking Kamala Harris by arguing she's so dumb, she's a MAGA woman. Millennials are treating pets like their firstborn child, and it's reportedly causing problems for some of the best-known pet food brands. What? Younger people are treating their pets like living, breathing animals, and it's reportedly causing problems for some of the best-known pet food brands that have been selling garbage fillers that barely qualify as nutrition. There, I fixed your shitty headline. Kansas City Airport. Hell no! I will not fly into this airport. If I ever do, I'll piss in the parking lot before I go in a bathroom. Wait till she hears how the bathrooms on the plane work. Oh, damn it. One of the best reasons to question vaccines is because the government is mandating them. One of the best reasons to drive drunk is that the government is mandating you drive sober. You know, only slightly unrelated, but I went to go and get another COVID shot today, and I was told it was now hundreds of dollars. Why? I've had like 4, but now they're hundreds of dollars. But the flu shot's 20 bucks. God damn it. I just told a conservative that American workers should own their American workplaces instead of some economic elite. And they nodded and said, yeah, that makes sense. The #1 cause of hating socialism is not knowing what it is. Democrats are going to destroy your Social Security. I have totally left it alone, as promised, and will save it. From Public Citizen. Trump's 2020 budget includes a 25... That's a bit of a... Woo, that's a lot of zeros there. And cuts to Social Security? Wait a minute! How come I didn't know debate moderator Lindsay Davis was Kamala's AKA sorority sister till today? Not right. There's no way ABC would let a Trump frat bro moderate last night's debate. They were both, AKA, I'm sure I know it means something else, many years apart at different schools. Florida abortion bill would require judge to rule if teens mature enough to terminate pregnancy. That woman is immature. Let's give her a kid. News. Man throws eggs at the newly unveiled statue of Margaret Thatcher. Has the criminal been arrested? No, she died a long time ago. Margaret Thatcher's f***ing dead! If Hitler invaded hell, I would make at least a favorable reference to the devil in the House of Commons. I would have worked with evil incarnate to defeat Hitler. Imagine worshipping this piece of shit. This should tell you that Hitler was worse than the devil. Not that Churchill worshipped Satan, but you can't comprehend what you read. You stupid MFers. Dude, chill out. Just got Trump to repeat your lie about the pets. Congrats on setting the news stories tomorrow by lying, so Trump picks it up and... Wow, okay. Thank you, J.D. Vance, for spreading the false story about people eating dogs and cats. Awesome that Trump said the false story during the debate and got fact-checked with the truth. Really shows how weird you and Trump are. Please keep talking about your crazy conspiracy theories. Breaking. The owner of the New York Jets, Woody Johnson, has endorsed Donald Trump. Well, if there's one guy who knows about winning in leadership, it's the owner of the Jets. J.D. Vance, don't interrupt me. You didn't interrupt Harrison Waltz. Dana Bash. If Harrison Walls were making baseless claims about people eating cats and dogs that had racist undertones, then I would interrupt them as well. Kamala has had more repackaging than Christmas at Macy's. The only reason Democrats are excited about her now is due to the fact that she isn't Joe Biden. That's it. You realize you're a political prostitute compared to Kamala Harris, right? She's an elected DA, AG, senator, and VP. You're a Trump fluffer, good lord. I thank God Harris performed well in that debate. A second Trump presidency will result in the total destruction of our country. Funny how liberals can go from Trump posts memes that make me butthurt to Trump, who was already president, is going to literally destroy America this time. Can't confirm. I'm from Ukraine. POV, VPN companies after Brazil banned Twitter. You can tell the rebrand is going very well and not an utter failure, or it definitely isn't an utter failure, when the owner is still calling it Twitter over a year after the change. It is funny as hell, man. But He's throwing such a hissy fit, it's too late. He won't go back now.
The utter ingratitude with which so many Americans treat the gift that they have been given in living in the United States is truly appalling.
Ah yes, the gift of crippling healthcare costs, weekly mass shootings, crumbling infrastructure, prohibitive higher education costs, and some of the deepest wealth disparities in the industrialized world. Thanks, America.
Not to mention, you also have to exist in a country with Ben Shabibo.
If you're a dude and you vote for Kamala Harris for president, your man card gets revoked immediately. I'm going to vote Harris 20 years to the day from when I led a SEAL sniper team into a place I don't want to butcher the pronunciation of, where we cleared houses with frags and breached doors with green tip because we ran out of other explosives. I feel okay about my man card. Where were you during the war, champ?
It's time to be a man and vote for Kamala Harris.
If you're born in the USA or an American citizen and you put other countries above us, that's unpatriotic. That's it. Hey, it's Brett Favre. Wild to be lectured about patriotism by the guy who stole $1 million in welfare funds from the poorest people in his state. That's right, real patriots like yourself steal welfare money. You're that rich guy that stole from welfare, right? I love cold showers. How did the mirror fog up if you took a cold shower? That's a good question. Wait a minute. We've had nothing but Trump political stuff this whole time. Literally this whole time. And we got a normal one. Holy crap, I was very, very confused. That's a good damn question. How did that mirror fog up? What's going on here, man? Okay. Oh, who cares, man?
Objection!
She said that she loves cold showers, not that she had a cold shower. If she had a cold shower, she would have said so.
Hold it!
Even if she does enjoy cold showers, would it not be contradictory for me to say I love mustard and then show a picture of a bottle of ketchup? Ha-ha! I win! You lose! Where's the judge in all this? Can we get judge? Okay, not here at all. Well, that was fun. I think it's hilarious that we ended on one non-politics or non-American politics themed post. Ain't that something, man? Holy crap. I thought I was going to start melting, or that my brain was going to turn into a viscous glue in my mostly empty head. Like, it's in there. Don't trust me, it is in there, but like, is it really in there though? I don't know. I'm having a hell of a night. It's almost midnight for me right now, and I am still doing these. I do these into the night because I've got nothing else going on some days, you know? Oh, it's almost midnight. What am I doing? I'm gonna go to bed. You guys have a great day, okay? You guys have a great day. All right, I'll see ya.